How do you become an inevitable millionaire? Why do I want everyone in my audience to be a millionaire? Because I want you to live an extraordinary life. I want life to be your masterpiece. I want you to have the power of choice. Wealth creates the opportunity to make decisions out of courage, not fear. Wealth brings the ability to make a sharp right turn when opportunity presents itself. How do you get on a track where if you keep working on your skill set, you keep working on your mindset, you keep working on your money paradigm, that you have an open-ended enough opportunity to make money that you can get there. I want you to know that you have inside of you everything you need and that the opportunity is yours. The floor is yours. There is no dress rehearsal. This is your life. Life is now. Make every single day count. Now is your moment. Hey, and welcome back, everyone. This is day 3. I couldn't be more excited to be back here with all of you. You have been the most fun, inspiring, exciting audience to spend time with this week. And I want you to keep those comments rolling. The energy of this group is off the chains. I can tell you're ready to transform. I can tell you are ready to turn your life into your masterpiece. And I am thrilled, honored, excited, and proud to get the blessing to spend another day with you here today. I want to remind you all that this workshop runs through Friday. And not only are we going to be talking today about turning every single dollar into 2, 5, or 10, that's right, I'm going to teach you how to turn everything you touch into gold so that you can achieve your financial goals and dreams. And it does not matter where you're sitting from today, whether you are broke, you are in hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt, you are in an entry-level job. This applies to all of us, no matter what our state of life is. These are the money laws that the 1% live by. And you don't have to start with $1 in the bank to make these things work for you. They apply to anyone who is ready to transform their life. So before we kick it off today, let's get some emojis in the chat. I want to see some fire from you guys. I want to see that energy. I want to see that emotion. We've talked over the last couple of days about the perspective shifts, the mindset, the belief, the energy of the 1%. Yesterday, we talked about the habits. We talked about what does it look like? How does the way that you spend your time influence the quality and the impact of your life? We talked about the mindset and beliefs being the same side of the coin. It's the other side of the coin of that strategy and action plan. And we talked about how we are here to really help you bring those two things together, a marriage in perfect harmony that is going to allow you to achieve 1% quality of life, 1% quantitative dollars in the bank account. And you are going to be able to take these principles and apply them to your relationships, to your career, to your bank account, to your spirituality, to your relationship with your children, and everything in between. Okay. We are talking about 1% living. You deserve it. You've worked for it. You've sacrificed to create it. And now all you need to do is follow the formula to transform your thinking and your strategy to match up with the dream life that you have been working for, envisioning, praying for. And now we're here to help you make it happen. So I see a lot of great energy in the chat. So welcome back, everyone. Give me some comments in there. What are you most excited about coming into the day? I already see some great energy. I have Patricia saying, I am Superman. I am Superwoman. Gabrielle said, we are all on fire. She's ready. Derek is on fire. Lisa just got her VIP box. She's ready to go. She's like, this is it. Right. So you guys you're ready to be the 1%. You deserve it and you're here to claim it. So a couple of things before we dive into our new content today. First of all, if this is your very first time being on a live stream with me, huge welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Kelly Roach, and I have spent the last decade of my life helping business owners to build, grow, and scale million and multi-million dollar companies online. I've helped thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs claim financial freedom. And I've gone through the journey both in the corporate world and now in building my own empire, multiple companies, a philanthropic organization, of really understanding what it means to become the hero of your own life, to go from scarcity and struggle, nothing in the bank, to multiple millions. And now I'm really excited to take these 2 decades of work, first in the Fortune 500 world, then in the world of entrepreneurship, and deliver back to all of you the method that every person on the planet can use, the 1% wealth code that is going to help you completely transform every area of your life, no matter where you're starting from, no matter how distant in the future it feels to you. We're going to walk you through how to make it possible. And I know that for all of you that have been here for session 1 and 2, you've probably already started to make some new decisions. I was absolutely awestruck by the post that I saw in the tribe and the comments that we got from you. It sounds like many of you have already identified very clear distinctions based on the session yesterday as to how you can massively accelerate taking your life as it stands today and transforming it into that 1% living. And I saw a lot of you actually posted and shared specific decisions that you already made, things that you're changing in your routine, things that you now realize are possible and available that you weren't exercising, things that you're going to do differently from this point forward. Because this is not woo. This is not some magic secret sparkle dust. This isn't about just hoping or saying a magic phrase over and over again and wishing that things will come true. No, I am walking you through the mindset, the beliefs, the strategy, the action to literally elevate your circle, turn every dollar into 5 or 10, and to really master the mental game of what's behind a 1% life. So I want you to know that there is a methodology to this, and I'm leading you through the steps of this method. So today we're talking about turning every dollar into 2, 5, or 10. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about elevating your circle, because if you want to elevate your life, you absolutely need a circle of people that are doing the same and are already there. And I'm going to talk about the distinctions and why you need both. And I'm going to walk you through how to get access to both of those. Okay. So at this point in the session, you want to go ahead and pull out this handy dandy workbook. This is your $1 million dream creation tool. You're going to use this workbook not just during your sessions here today, but you're going to be going back to your action plan and your notes from these sessions over and over again. So I really hope that you are all taking the time to integrate what you're learning, take notes, really lean into it. You're going to get so much more value if you write it down. We talked about this already. 25% more likely to make it happen if you what? If you what? You write it down, right? So make sure you're taking the time to do that. Once again, you have a calendar right here. You can use the add event. We are here live today and then again tomorrow and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be sharing stories of many individuals that have done total life transformations across all different areas with the strategies that we've been talking about this week. I can't wait to introduce you to them. And then, of course, we have a couple more great sessions coming up. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about how to elevate your circle into the 1% and how to get yourself surrounded by the right people that are going to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. I talked yesterday about how the 1% can pick up the phone, make a phone call, and solve almost any problem instantly. I want that to also be available to you. I'm going to walk you through the how. Okay. And then finally, on Friday, we are action planning, making life your masterpiece, one step at a time. So these are sessions you absolutely don't want to miss. They all build on top of each other. They all feed into the 1% formula. And these are the 5 core elements of taking your life and turning it into your masterpiece, starting with wealth creation, because obviously wealth creation is the thing that makes every other area of life more manageable, easier, more fun, lighter, right? We talked a lot on session 1 about how, wealthy people and individuals that have a high net worth, they don't deal with less problems. They don't have less chaos, turbulence, disappointments, challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. They just understand how to turn obstacles into opportunities. I am here to mentor you and to guide you into understanding how to take any setback that comes in your life and transform that setback into your ultimate stepping stone to achieving everything that matters most to you. I want you to write that down. If you are able to embody that one thing, you will get everything that you want in life. It does not matter what life throws at you. You will achieve your 1%, because if you know how to capitalize on obstacles and turn them into opportunities, you're set for life. Okay. So today we're here to talk about money. I wore the glitter today because, I was feeling in the money as I was coming to talk to you about this today, because I have felt what it's like to be on the free lunch line. I have felt what it is like to scrub toilets and be on my hands and knees, cleaning fingerprints off the mirrors in the dance studio in order to pay for my lessons. I have felt what it's like to have 3 jobs to, barely get by and pay for, college tuition when my friends were out partying. I felt what it's like to have the embarrassment of having nothing in the bank and struggling. And I've also felt the privilege and the journey and the other side of becoming a high net worth individual, to making multiple millions, to building an 8-figure company, to living financial freedom, to crossing that bridge to the other side. And so I can really talk to you in depth about going from 0 to hero in your own life by stepping into becoming the hero of your own life, right? And so here's the deal. Money is a tool. It's a magical tool. And money is a tool that can facilitate your dream life. Financial security is something that impacts life satisfaction. I talked to you about the science behind that yesterday. Financial security impacts life satisfaction. It's just how it is. And so this is a problem worth solving in your life, because when you understand how to become financially free, it makes every other problem that you have to solve in life instantly easier, instantly more doable, instantly more accessible, right? And it makes life a whole lot more fun, right? And comfortable. But, money also allows us to focus our mental bandwidth on other things. Growing up, I lived in a family where, because we struggled so much to figure out how we were going to pay the bills at the end of the month every month, my parents' overriding energy and focus almost all of the time was on survival. And when your focus is on survival, and when your focus is on struggle and scarcity and just getting by, it's very difficult to energetically align and focus and capitalize on other areas of life. And so, what I want to help each of you to learn, and what I want to mentor you to do, is to become inevitable millionaires. And I'm going to walk you through an invitation a little later today on how you can do that. But I want to invite you to become an inevitable millionaire, because I believe that if you learn to become an inevitable millionaire and you follow the principles that I am going to teach you as your mentor in this process, that your 1% life with family first at the center and the core, I believe that's number one above all else, spirituality, personal connection, fulfillment, and everything else will follow suit. And I'll show you how. But you want to solve the money problem in your life first. And that's not to say, some of you already, I know for a fact, we have $1 million earners that are watching these videos right now. Maybe you want to be making 10 million or 100 million. I know for a fact we have people that already run successful 500,000, million, even $10 million businesses tuning into these sessions. But you may be thinking about getting to the $1 billion mark. You may be thinking, how do I become an inevitable billionaire? Good for you, right? I know for me right now, my focus in my company is taking us to the $100 million mark, right? We're an 8-figure company. We want to become 9, right? So it looks different for all of us. Some of us are starting, there may be people here today that don't have a dollar in the bank or $200,000 in debt. And they're like, you know what? It's time. It's time to get out of debt. It's time to transform my life. Maybe there's people here that you've been a stay-at-home mom for the last 10 years, and that's been the calling of your life. And it has been the hardest, I am sure. I think it's the hardest job in the world. I'm sure it's been the hardest and also the most rewarding thing you've ever done. But maybe you're ready. Maybe you're ready to have something of your own. Maybe you're ready to start something new. Maybe you're ready to segue into the next phase of your life because the kids are getting older. You're freeing up some of your time. And now you want to open up some of those other possibilities for your life. So I want to reiterate again that money does not discriminate, okay? Money doesn't care whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're an employee, whether you're an intrapreneur. Money doesn't care. Right? Money is not picking and choosing where it lands and who it stays with. We pick and choose if money is welcome into our world. And if we invite money to do this beautiful dance with us of not only flowing into our world, but flowing back out in a positive way and then coming back around in its higher form, being multiplied and duplicated. And I want you to all close your eyes for just a moment. And I want you to envision what I just described. You are looking to create this beautiful flow and cycle in your life where money comes into your life and you actually send it back out into the world intentionally. And when you send it back out intentionally with a methodology behind that, it actually flows back to you in a multiplier of $2 to $5 or $10 for every $1 that you sent back into the world. Now, there is a method to this madness. This is not this woo-woo manifestation principle. I'm actually talking about strategy. I'm talking about wealth building strategy, and I'm actually going to walk you through wealth building strategy that applies to literally every single person watching this. If you have enough money to pay for internet and watch this live stream today, then this applies to you, okay? So I want you to think of this beautiful flow that you're creating in your life where you receive money in, you send money back out, just like a wave. Think of the water going out in the ocean. The wave is cresting. It's coming back to you. And when it flows back to you, it flows back in multiples. Our energy and the way that we perceive money is so important, because when you feel like you don't have enough money, when you feel like there's scarcity around money, when you have fear or negative beliefs around money, you're afraid to send it back out in meaningful ways, or you send it back out on the wrong things, and then it does not flow back to you in $2, $5, or $10 increments. And again, I'm talking about strategy. I'm actually talking about the physicality of how you're spending money and where you're placing money and what you're doing with it. And I'm going to talk to you about the difference between the way that the 99% spend money and invest money and the way that the 1% do. But the first thing that we need to do is, before we can get into that strategy today, because I am going to walk you through the strategy, the first thing that I want to get into is the mindset behind it. And the first and most important step in this process, and you are going to want to actually be writing this down. So you should be taking notes in your workbook right now. The first step is surrendering your money story. So write down step 1, surrender your money story. This is where you're going to let go of all of the stories that you have in your life right now about why you are not an inevitable millionaire or billionaire already. And so this is about you letting go of the past, letting go of recency, and transitioning into intentionality, as we talked about in the first session. I want you to write down in your notes right now, what is your money story today? What has it been up until this session that you joined me for? And what is your money story going to be as you go forward? Step 1. Okay, so go ahead and write that down. Step number 2 is rewriting your new story. This is about identity. And I talked to you on the last 2 sessions about the inevitable millionaire and how the mission and vision of me teaching this 1% wealth code workshop is to help you to identify with your new I am phrase. I am. 2 most powerful words when put together on the planet. They dictate the quality and the quantity of your life. So I want you to write down right now, I am, and then go ahead and fill in the blanks after that. Rewriting your money story. I am an inevitable millionaire. I am an inevitable billionaire. Whatever feels right for you and matches your vision for your 1% life. That's step number 2. Okay. Step number 3 is you have to understand how the wealthy use their money. And that is what we're going to talk about now here today. Wealthy people use money in a very different way than the 99% of people. And that is why they are the 1%. People that many times have not had a lot of money, as soon as they make more money, they elevate their lifestyle and they elevate their spending to match their new level of income. And so what happens to 99% of people is that as they progress through life, they're broke at one level, they increase their income, and then they become broke at that next level. They increase their income and then they become broke at that next level. And all they're doing for their entire working life, their entire, 65 plus years of working while they're here on planet Earth, is they are literally going from one level of broke at $30,000 a year to another level of broke at 50,000, to another level of broke at 100, to another level of broke at 150,000. And that just continues forward over and over and over again. Okay. This is the cycle that, especially in Western culture, especially for those of you that live in the United States of America, and I know we have a global population here, but this is a major problem in the US. The vast majority of people have no money in the bank. They have massive amounts of debt. And the reason why is that this is what our society and culture teaches you to do. When the world of work was created back so many years ago, and the mentality around work was created, it was not created for us to be free. And so there was this mentality of you make more money and you keep spending more money. And guess what? That's great for the powers that be, because now you're stuck. You're a good heads down, working, contributing society member, whether you're an employee or whether you're a business owner, because you're broke all the time. So you don't have the choice to live wild and free, right? You gotta have your head down and you have to just work like a good little worker. Okay. And so wealthy people recognize that cycle and they refuse to participate in that cycle. Wealthy people are very, very vigilant about maintaining their lifestyle while growing their income. And what they work to do is they constantly work to increase that gap. I literally want you to draw this out in your notebook with an arrow of what you're going to do over the next year as we work together on your 1% life and on your 1% wealth code. They literally are raising and creating a canyon between what it costs them to live and the amount of money that they're bringing in every month. And they are extending and expanding the ways in which they are doing that. Okay. So I want you first to identify, has there been times in your life where you have made more money and instantly elevated your lifestyle to match that and went from being broke to being broke at a higher level? Yes or yes. If you've been guilty of that, I just want you to, let's just pour it in. Let's be honest with ourselves. If you've ever been guilty of that, put that in the chat right now, because this is about releasing. You can't release and you can't heal and you can't move forward in a new paradigm of wealth if you can't identify what was the awareness that you had in the past that wasn't serving you. And now what is the new awareness for your future as you become an inevitable millionaire that you're going to do differently? Okay. So if you've ever been that person, it's okay. We're all friends here. It's safe spaces, right? If you've done it, that's okay. You've been guilty of it in the past. Guess what? Most people have. That's why we're having the conversation today. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing. You don't promote yourself to go from being broke to being broke at a higher level. Rule number one. Okay. Rule number two, wealthy people have multiple streams of income. Now you might say, well, Kelly, I'm an employee. I can't have multiple streams of income. Completely wrong. And I will give you two specific examples. This workshop and this 1% wealth code, guys, I don't care what your stage in life is. This is for you. This is not about whether you are an employee or a business owner. The same rules apply. And if you look at millionaires and billionaires, there's just as many people that made their millions working in a company as there is individuals that became business owners, and vice versa. 85% of business owners fail because they don't understand the stuff that we're talking about here this week. And so just because you start your own business in no way, shape, or form means that you're going to become an inevitable millionaire. So what I want to get through to everyone, and a big message that I have for you, is this is not about checking a box to say, oh, well, if I just become a business owner, or, oh, if I just get the right job, or, oh, if I just change careers. Trust me, if you're broke in one career, you're going to be broke in the other career. If you're lazy in one career, you're going to be lazy in the other career. If it's not working for you here, it's not going to work for you there. You got to fix the inside stuff before your outside stuff is going to match what you want. Okay. So wealthy people have multiple streams of income. I'm going to walk you through 3 different ways that this could look for you. Okay. And don't worry, today I'm laying out the roadmap for you. And I'm also going to invite you on a journey with me if you want to learn the how. Okay. Let's talk about the roadmap. Wealthy people have multiple streams of income. If you're an employee, you should have multiple streams of income within your own job, within your own company. You should look for an opportunity in a company where you have about 5 different streams of income. You should have a salary. You should have commission for your personal contribution to the company for opportunities and income that you generate for the business. You should have performance bonuses that you earn by outperforming your job description, by over-delivering on the ROI of the position that you're in. And that does not need to be formal. That's something that your company will come in and deliver to you if you do the right thing. I've personally both been on the receiving end of this and I've been on the giving end of this. So I've received this when I work for someone else and I've given this when I've worked in my own business. This is not a formal thing. This is called go above and beyond. Napoleon Hill, go the extra mile, right? You'll never get paid for doing more if you're not doing more before you expect to get paid, right? So salary, commission, performance bonuses, increases, annual increases, over deliver on expectations, and then promotions. Okay, so those are 5 income streams that you should be targeting as an employee working for an employer by over delivering on the role that you're in. For me, this is actually how I built wealth. I built wealth first as an employee. I went from making $36,000 a year to over $300,000 a year as an employee of another company. I built my wealth as an employee. I want to state that very clearly because a lot of times people think that it's this versus that. It's not. You can do this working for a company. You can do this working for yourself. But it is first about mindset, beliefs, identity creation, your identification with the money consciousness, the wealth consciousness that you have, and then having a strategy. You will have a different strategy depending on where your role in life is. But the first thing is that you have to become the most valuable person in any situation to get paid the most. So for me, when I worked for someone else in another company, I was the most valuable person in that role in the entire company. And so I made sure that I had the best results in the company of anyone else doing the role that I was doing, which meant that I got all the promotions, I got all the extra bonuses, I got all the incentives, I got all the annual increases, I maximized my bonuses. All of those things, I got those streams of income because first and foremost, I made sure I was the best in the world at what I was doing. So many times we're looking for a solution out here. If only I had a better boss, if only I had a better team, if only I was in a different industry, if only I had an investor in my company. It doesn't work that way, guys. It's an inside job. It's an inside job. You have to become the best in the world at what you do. It doesn't matter whether you're an employer or an employee. You are going to get compensated in alignment with the impact that you make. And that is the truth. It's the cold, hard truth. I see people quitting working for companies every day of the week that say, too hard hours, too demanding boss. I was burnt out. I was tired. And guess what? They go start their own businesses and they fail because you know what? When you start your own company, it's longer hours, it's harder work, it's more risk, it's more expensive, it's more mentally draining. And I love being a business owner. It's the joy of my life, but you shouldn't be using it as an escape route. You use that as an escape route and you will lose every dollar that you have because intentionality is not aligned with wealth consciousness. Okay. So I really want to make clear that building and becoming an inevitable millionaire or billionaire is not dependent on, are you in the job, are you in the right career, whatever. You can get this process going at a very high level and to a large degree wherever you are with whatever you've got. Okay. So 5 core elements if you're working for a company. If you're a business owner, obviously you are going to be working on multiple streams of income within your business. So this is going to be different products, services, programs, different sources of leads. For me, I have my books that I sell. I have my programs that I run. I have my consulting that I do. I go back and do consulting for Fortune 500 in the very company that I built my career with. I go back and I train their executive leaders now based on everything that I've done out here in the world of entrepreneurship. Okay. So no matter what, you are going to have multiple streams of income. And the big thing, and this is what I did not learn until I was much, much older, that I'm hoping I can help all of you with, is that you're going to take the money that you make. You're going to maintain your lifestyle initially. You're not going to raise that up to the level of every dollar coming in. You're going to take earned income and you're going to put a very large portion into assets that are going to earn income for you. Okay. So I'll give a great example. One of my team members that has been with me for 7 years now, one of the very first things that she set as a goal that she put on her vision board when she joined my company was that she wanted to buy a beach house. And she worked really, really hard. And she built those 5 streams of income within my company that I just talked about. And within the first couple of years of working for me, she was able to buy a beach house. But she didn't just buy a beach house, she bought a duplex. And what she did was, instead of going out and spending all the money that she started making on fancy clothes and an expensive BMW and all those outward signs of wealth to make us feel better, what she did was she took her money, she put it in a duplex, okay, and she rented out the duplex so that she was actually paying the mortgage for free, making money from the money that she earned. So she took her earned income that she made in the company, she put it into an asset that increases in value. Then she had other people pay for that asset for her. But the best part of all is that she has the other side of the duplex that she can go and live in and enjoy and have fun at the beach. This is a perfect example of someone, and you let me know if I'm able to say your name. I know you're watching here today. I don't want to embarrass you if you don't want me to, but I know she's here with us today. But the bottom line is that this is available to anyone. This is available to every single one of us, right? But you have to have a strategy. And that's why I always say this is about so much more than having a vision board or working with a manifestation coach. And while those tools are very, very wonderful tools, I personally visualize, I personally use dream boards, I personally read books, all of those things. Without a strategy, without a roadmap, without an action plan for taking money and turning $2 into 5 or 10 or 15, it's not going to go anywhere. So you take your earned income, you put your earned income into assets that earn income, that are going to increase value, not decrease value. So, on a large scale, on a long-term scale, you can look at all the different ways that you can make money. There's things that are depreciating assets like cars and boats and clothing and, that type of thing, depreciating assets. And then there's things that are appreciating assets that you put your money in and you leave them there. And over time, they're going to multiply and duplicate. You can do this whether you're a business owner or whether you're an employee. So again, this goes across the board. Okay. You take your money, you put it into an asset, you let that asset sit, you let that asset earn income for you. The ways that you can do this: real estate, precious metals, the stock market, investing in other businesses, investing in your own business, right? There's all different ways that you can do this. But there is a strategy and a methodology to you maintain your quality of living, you build the gap by extending your skill set. The number one thing is investing in yourself. Warren Buffett says this. He's like, if there's one investment that you absolutely must make to create wealth and to achieve the success you want in your life, it's investing in yourself. It is investing in yourself. So you need to say, what are the skills that I need to develop? Who is the person that I need to become? What is the thing that I need to develop into? Who is the person that I need to develop into in order for these visions, these goals, these manifestations to happen? And there has to be a wealth creation strategy. Now, we talked over the course of the session yesterday. We had a conversation about time. And I talked to you guys a little bit about how, we all have the same 24 hours, right? There's people that make billions of dollars in their 24-hour, life. And then there's people that, make an entry-level salary their entire life. And one struggles to pay the bills and one is living a 1% life. And they have the same 24 hours, right? The best story I can think of is when I was in college, I learned the best lesson of my life about intentionality around time. Because I was working 3 jobs. I was an NFL cheerleader. I was babysitting after classes. I was a cocktail server. Oh, I had 4 jobs. I was a cocktail server and I was teaching aerobics classes. So I was in school full time, NFL cheerleader, teaching aerobics classes. I was a cocktail waitress at night and I was babysitting. So those are my 4 jobs to pay my bills. Okay. So when I went in to do my cocktail waitressing, I would go in for the same hours that the other servers would go in. And I got there and I noticed that, one night the girls are sitting around and they're complaining about their tips and they're kind of talking and they're saying, how much did you make tonight? I didn't make any money. And, the one girl's like, I made like $50. And the other girl's like, 65, whatever. And I'm sitting there with a wad of cash this freaking thick. And I go and count it and I'm like, well, hot damn, I made over 300. And we're all sitting there at 2:00 in the morning. We've been serving drinks since 10:00 at night. The bar is closed now. And I sat there and it was such a lesson to me. And I hadn't even realized, but what came up for me was when I came in there and I was going to work from 10 until 2, I was like, if I'm stuck here, I'm going to work my freaking tail off and make as much money as I possibly can for the hours that I have. So I moved faster. I over-delivered on service. I went back constantly and was refilling and seeing what they wanted next and was always like literally in people's faces, ready to take them. What do you need next? Now, most of the time when you go to a restaurant or a bar, you have to chase the server down to try and even find them to order your next drink. I made sure I kept an eye on every single person. And the moment that, that drink was getting low, I was there. So, this is a microcosm of life, guys. This is exactly what happens. One person is doing one job that everyone else is doing. One person makes $50. Another person makes 300. Same job, same opportunity, same bar, same crowd. What's the difference? One person has intentionality that I'm going to make as much money as I possibly can in the fastest, easiest, most direct way, strategy. The other person is just kind of going with the flow, going along, no real plan, no real directionality to what they're doing, just kind of taking what comes to them. And this is how life works, guys. There is endless amounts of money all around you. You are swimming in it. There are $1 billion of sales transactions happening online every second of every day. You can have a side business on your lunch break. You can trade stocks at night. You can invest in real estate. There are so many freedom-based opportunities for you to make money in a multitude of ways, no matter what is going on in your life. But you have to first raise your wealth consciousness. You have to identify with being a millionaire, multimillionaire, or billionaire before you can do that. You have to replace and release those negative things. So I'm going to give you kind of the 5 steps. Okay. The 5 steps are this. Monday, mindset and beliefs, right? Mindset and beliefs, surrender the story, replace it, step into owning where you want to be and who you want to become. Number 1. Number 2, the habits. You have to learn the habits. There are habits and life hacks that the 1% live by, period, end of story. You got to learn to think, act, and make decisions as the person that you want to be before that person is who you're going to become. Mic drop, boom, it's right there. It's not going to happen in the reverse order. Number 3, you have to have strategy. There is a strategy to becoming a high net worth individual. You have to have a plan. You have to have a pathway. You have to build out your multiple streams of income, and you need to look at what skills you need to acquire and expand upon. Yes, of course, someone just said, who's behind me? Of course, we have what are they? The people trimming the trees or whatever. I don't know. The people trimming the trees are behind me. Perfect timing. It works that way. You guys are actually lucky because usually Marley, my cavapoo, I call him King Marley, starts screaming and barking when I'm on these live streams, but he is actually really quiet right now, which is actually kind of terrifying. I might come back on the live stream tomorrow and be like, oh, and by the way, Marley, while we were on our live stream, I'll let you know tomorrow why he's been so quiet, which is actually a little bit terrifying, but we'll see. Okay, so number 3 is the skill and strategy, right? This is all about developing a roadmap, an action plan, understanding actually what do you need to do to become a millionaire or billionaire, because there is a strategy that has to happen. There's skills you have to develop, there's a roadmap you have to lay out, and there's a plan you have to execute on. Action is required. Right? Okay. And then number 4 is your circle of influence. Tomorrow, we're talking about elevating your circle of influence. As I shared already, the wealthy 1% can pick up the phone and solve almost any problem instantly because they are well networked. Let me tell you something. My entire life, when I started my business, I had no network. Even up until I was in and around the 8-figure mark in my business, I had zero network. I did not know. I built my business while I was working full time. So I didn't have time to network and build relationships and go out to events and travel and do all those things because I was working full time. I had a new baby at home. I was building a side business. The business grew unbelievably fast. And I just didn't have the bandwidth to do that. And I didn't know where to start. But I'm going to teach you and I'm going to show you tomorrow how to plug into an instant network of high net worth individuals and to start setting up this new circle of influence for yourself that is going to really shortcut the process and make much more simple what was very overwhelming to me. And then finally, number 5 is making your life your masterpiece. So this is about taking action consistently. This is about really refocusing on your health, your spirituality, your relationships. It's having a continual focus and a channeled direction for your time and energy where you are just constantly top grading. You are top grading your time to spend your time on more meaningful things. You're top grading your energy to refocus on things that are going to move you more quickly to where you want to be. You're top grading your focus and energy in your business or at work to get 10 times the results in a fraction of the time. And that is what I'm going to teach you all how to do. So at this moment I've been waiting for over 10 years, I am going to share with you, I'm going to actually invite you to become an inevitable millionaire. Now is the moment that I am opening my arms to you, and I'm welcoming you to come on a journey with me over the next 12 months where you are going to be put in this container of wealth and life mastery. I've never done anything like this in my entire career. This is the first time I am launching a wealth and life mastery program that is really about giving you expert guidance, support, and mentorship to build your 1% life. Right? We all know that we want to be happy. Everyone wants to be wealthy. They want to be healthy. They want to be free. But very few people actually achieve that. And without having a container for support, without having a mentor that's guiding you through the process, without having a network of people that are on that same path and have already gotten there, it's very, very difficult. It's called the 1% for a reason. 99% of people never make it happen, right? So I know that a lot of you have been exposed to the world of manifestation, personal development gurus, the people that teach about vision casting and manifestation. And the big problem with that, guys, and I know you know this, is that all of these ideas without the strategy and the actual real world experience and the results to back it up is not worth anything to you. It's not going to change your life. You can do someone's manifestation mindset audio training. You can be in someone's container for personal development. But if that person is broke, they're burnt out, they're not actually living what they're teaching, nothing's going to happen, right? There's nothing to back it up. That's why I waited until I had a multiple 8-figure company and was running multiple successful businesses and built my own philanthropic organization and mastered, success, getting promoted 7 times in 8 years. I focused on building the real world experience first before I came to you and said, I am here and can teach you how to build this 1% life because I'm living proof of it. I came from zero. I became my own hero. And now I am here to help you do the same in your own life. So you can go to inevitablemillionaires.com and you can get started today. When you pay in full. Oh, and by the way, this is only $297 a month. Most of you that know me know that the vast majority of my programs start at $30,000 and go up to $85,000 a year. This is only $297 a month. It's insane, I know. And I priced it that way because I want every single person on the planet to be able to access this wealth creation work, this foundational mindset transformation, this life mastery. And I know that so many of you, when you complete this work, are going to end up working with me in a multitude of other ways, growing and scaling your businesses, leadership development, growing your career, whatever it is. So we're making it super accessible to everyone. But here's the deal. I have something unbelievably amazing for those of you that decide that you want to join me today and pay in full. I'm inviting 150 of my closest friends, that's you, that want to build your inner circle, your wealth inner circle. I'm inviting you to a full day in person networking and wealth creation strategy day. We are going to be networking. We are going to be teaching. We are going to be cocktailing. We are going to be helping you to forge new relationships, meet new people, build your new inner circle. It's going to be right here in the beautiful, luxurious heaven on earth in Delray Beach, Florida. So you'll fly right into Palm Beach International, and this will be included in your annual membership. So when you pay in full for the Inevitable Millionaire, you are invited to spend the day of September 2nd with myself. There's going to be probably 6 or 7 members of Team Unstoppable that are there, and we are going to help you really lock into all of these principles, meet some incredible people that you need in your circle, and also to network, to build connections, to be surrounded with an inner circle of people that are either millionaires already or are on the path to becoming millionaires, right? connecting with people that are on this journey is going to absolutely make it 1,000 times more viable for you. It's going to make it inevitable, right? So when you pay in full today, you get access to that. We're only including 150 people in that event. So if you want in on that, you're going to want to join today. You're going to want to join right now, because I know we're going to sell it out, and I know the doors are going to be closed to that immediately. We don't have a space right now that accommodates more than 150. So if you know you want to meet me in person, you want to work with me for a day, you want to learn, you want to be in the sessions, you want to build your network, make sure you get started now. So here's the deal. It took me 10 years of being in business, 10 years of the school of hard knocks to learn what wealth creation was all about, and to learn the hard way things like, who do I need in my circle? What do I need to be focused on? What do the wealthy people spend their time on? How do the 1% network? How do the 1% strategize where they put their money? How do they strategize who they need to be connected with? And after a decade of building my own multi-million-dollar empire and teaching thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs how to do the same, I am literally pulling the curtain back, and I am serving on a silver platter for you the secrets behind every millionaire and billionaire on the planet. We're talking life hacks. We're talking wealth hacks. We're talking spiritual connectedness. We're talking about prioritizing your family unit. We're talking about reinvigorating your marriage. We're talking about putting your mental and physical health back on the front focus of what you are doing in your life, that is then going to translate and bleed into every other area of your life. Okay. So again, I have 150 spots for this event on September 2nd. If you know that this is for you, and again, it's $297 a month. Pay in full is, a couple $1,000. This is a complete no-brainer. And I made it a no-brainer on purpose. Number one, because today's the first day I'm opening it up. So I'm offering it to you for a massively, massively discounted rate, because you guys are my first group that I'm welcoming in. So I'm doing this one time at this price point. I'm inviting you into my world. I'm welcoming you into my inner circle. And I cannot wait for you to meet so many of the people that have completely transformed their lives in the most beautiful way, going through and mentoring with me over the last couple years on all of these different areas. But the bottom line is that the millionaire circle, the inevitable millionaire, is going to be your secret sauce. It's going to be your secret sauce. So regardless of your career, your background, your location, if you want 2022 to be the year that you look back on and say, that was the year that I stepped into becoming the person that I was always meant to be, but never knew exactly how to get there, this is the decision that's going to change everything for you. This is the decision that is going to change absolutely everything for you. 1% wealth, 1% health, freedom, success, happiness. This is not a traditional program. This is not a coaching program. This is very high level mentorship. It's putting you in a container where we are keeping you continually focused on moving forward towards your life goals. We talked yesterday about the habits, the habits of people that are at the 1%, and they spend their time differently, right? And so we're going to help you to do that. We're going to have a multimedia approach to how we run this program. By the way, you'll be with me every Thursday. Our sessions are going to be Thursdays at 11 a.m. And 3 weeks out of the month, you will usually either be live with me, whether it's in a fireside chat setting, whether I'm teaching, doing Q&A. I might be sending a video with a workbook. I might be hosting a challenge. It may be a co-working session. It may be, something that I have you fill out and complete. I might send something to your home that you need to take action on. It's going to look different all the time, but I'm also going to be bringing in other million and multi-million dollar business owners and high achievers in all different areas. And we're going to be exploring, what does that 1% mindset, strategy, and success path look like? Okay. So you're going to need to change your environment, right? You're going to need to change who you're surrounding yourself with. You want to be in a place where energy is contagious. And you have to know, and we talked about this already, that what you tolerate, you perpetuate. And so this process is going to be about cleaning and scrubbing your life. It's about making empowered decisions that align with your future. It's about stepping into that I am phrase that you talked about and worked on this week. It's about you really getting crystal clear on the future version of yourself and beginning to make that happen today. None of us know how long we have. None of us know how long we have. And so this is about making the most of every day that we have on the planet. It's about making the most of every possibility, of every opportunity, of every nook, cranny, and possible area of expansion that's accessible to us. Up leveling your circle of influence, turning your hopes and dreams into consistent actions, investing in your growth, your personal growth as a human, so that all that work that you're doing in other areas of your life begins to translate. And so one of the big things, and make sure, by the way, really quickly, if you are watching this right now and you were like, heck yeah, I'm doing this, I'm in, make sure you let us know in the chat, because we are on the countdown. We have 150 spots for that September 2nd event. If you want one of those spots, you're definitely going to want to join now and pay in full. I can't wait to meet you all in person, and we do have limited capacity for that. So please make sure that you get yourself started today if you know that that's something that you absolutely want to be a part of. The other thing is I want you to remember, guys, that, you know, when we talk about, like, I price this at $297 a month. Usually my bottom entry point is $30,000. The reason I did this is I know that a lot of you are investing in other work in yourself, on yourself, in your business, in your career. Maybe you're working with a coach. Maybe you're working with a mastermind. I don't want you to have to choose between this and that. And in fact, a lot of you are needing this right now in order to actually get results from that other thing you're invested in. If I lift up the hood and things aren't working underneath, then absolutely, without a doubt, we need to do some adjustments. You know, we need to do some clearing. We need to do some refocusing so that you can take the work that you're already doing in these other areas of your life and make sure that you're actually getting the results that you want, that you're working for, that you deserve. So another reason that I made sure that this program was so reasonable and so low priced is that I want you to be able to invest in still working with your coach, working with a mastermind, doing the other things that you've been doing. I just want to help you get better results from it. I want to help you understand where the mindset blocks are that are standing in the way of you actually getting those results that you want. And I want to help you get there. Again, you can go to inevitablemillionaires.com in order to join the program today, inevitablemillionaires.com. And you can see that big red button there right on the screen. Go ahead and click that button right now. This is your future. And you all know, and those of you that have been following me for a while, right? Your destiny doesn't happen by luck. It's not going to happen by chance. It's going to happen by design. And when you understand the inner workings of the 1% mindset, when you develop the habits of a 1% earner, when you replace the limiting beliefs of 1% with the action that's needed, all those things that you've been wishing for, waiting for, hoping for, that felt out of reach are going to start to click, right? And you probably know this by now because you've been sitting on these sessions with me over the last couple of days. But most people's belief systems are the reasons why they aren't where they want to be. I gave you the example. I saw it in corporate. I saw it in my own business. I see it in my clients' businesses all the time. Two people can be given the same opportunity, the same potential, the same talent, the same training, the same skills, but one person understands the mindset, the other person doesn't. Their lives are going to play out in completely different ways. And I want you to give yourself the best shot. I want you to give yourself the opportunity to reinvigorate your relationships, the opportunity to understand how to put your family first, the opportunity to learn how to create the space to have spirituality and connectedness to God in your life every day, right? The opportunity to take time to read books and to connect with hobbies that you love and to prioritize your healing and to prioritize your mental and physical fitness and to not feel like that is going to compromise or take away from your ability to perform in your business. So yes, you can have it all. Yes, you can. Yes, you are an inevitable millionaire. I know all of you have been practicing your I am statements. The Inevitable Millionaire is all about showing you how you can have it all and what to do to make it happen. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys just a couple things about this. And again, you can go to inevitablemillionaires.com to join. When you join today and pay in full, you are going to get the opportunity to be invited to the invite only full day extravaganza that we're having on September 2nd. You're going to fly into Palm Beach. You're going to come spend a day with myself and the team, and we are going to help you elevate your inner circle, raise your wealth consciousness, and leave a person that is on track to achieve your 1% life. Okay. So that's happening on September 2nd. It's a do not miss. It's a like rearrange your schedule and make it happen no matter what kind of thing. Get the RV and start driving across the country if you can't fly kind of thing. It's like a be there. It's a be there thing, right? So inside the Inevitable Millionaire, what are we going to teach you? We're going to teach you how to identify limiting beliefs that are holding you back and replace them with ones that are going to help you achieve 1%. We're going to help you learn how to get started with diversifying your wealth and building additional income streams. We're going to teach you how to become a power connector and form meaningful relationships with anyone in the world that's going to help you achieve your goals. We're going to teach you billion and million dollar habits, mantras, mindset shifts that are going to help turn obstacles and struggles into stepping stones and opportunities. And we're going to open up the doors to living life on your terms. We're going to help you achieve wealth, health, happiness, fulfillment, and everything in between. You guys know me by now. You know I've spent the last decade helping people create million and multi-million dollar breakthroughs in their business. We've helped create hundreds of six-figure businesses. We have helped many, many individuals to create wealth from the inside out, starting from little or nothing. And now we want to make this available to absolutely everyone in the world, regardless of what your career is, regardless of what your stage or state in life is. We want you to understand how to make wealth creation possible for you. And when we talk about wealth, we're not just talking about financial wealth. We're talking about 1% living. So again, when you pay in full today, you're going to get a spot in the September 2nd event. You can also pay monthly for $297 a month. We made this a total no-brainer. When you visit inevitablemillionaires.com, you can see some of the success stories here on the page of some of the incredible business owners that we have helped create these unbelievable big life breakthroughs, from buying their dream homes to retiring their spouses to going from 7 to 8 figures to being intentional and being present with their families and everything in between. Okay, so here, I'll just give you guys a moment. You can kind of see what month 1 is all about. So these are the first 4 sessions. These are the first 4 sessions, and this is exactly what's going to happen during these first 4 sessions. So I'm not going to read through all of it now. It's all here on the Inevitable Millionaire page. We kick off not this coming Thursday, but next Thursday. So not next Thursday, but the following. And it will be every Thursday at 11 a.m. unless we change it up and surprise you with something different that we're going to be doing, which we will do from time to time. But when you come to inevitablemillionaires.com, you will see just story after story after story of the people that we have helped to transform their life from all different angles. And all of your questions will be answered, down here below. So this is the deal. I know that you guys are absolutely ready to step into 1% living. I know that you joined me this week because you're ready to heal, recover, and reframe everything that you've experienced over the last couple of years and become that next version of you. And I am excited and proud to step into the role of being your guide on this journey and providing the strategic mentorship that I truly believe is not accessible or available anywhere. The things about 1% living and 1% wealth that I've discovered, I had to search and experience through the School of Hard Knocks. I couldn't find a mentor that was out there teaching these things. And the reason why I wanted to create the Inevitable Millionaire program is that I think it's really important to put in actual tangible form, what this looks like. What does this look like in actual tangible form, step by step, in a methodical way that's accessible to everyone so that you can make your life your masterpiece. So I'm going to be teaching so much more over the next couple of days. I'm really excited to work with you all. I'm excited to see you on September the 2nd. Again, you can join us at inevitablemillionaires.com. And I will be back here tomorrow to teach you about elevating your inner circle so you can achieve the success that you are craving. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Make sure you get yourself registered, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.